if you could take it. No, you wanna see me naked, naked, naked. I wanna be a baby, baby, baby. Spinning in his red just like he came from.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm gonna be doing a story time. So you guys know I'm very interested in Ancestry, 23andMe. So I really wanted to do this video because I found out some cool information on my journey of finding my ancestors and just learning more about me. If you guys missed those videos, make sure you drop down below so you can watch. Please no negative comments. Oh my goodness, like the negativity is real when people are just want to find out things about their ancestors. And I really wanted to do this video to let you guys know that it's real. It is really real because it opens up a can of worms. Said that before in videos, but this one is kind of something really cool. So on my journey of finding my ancestors and learning more about me, told you guys before, my sister is very heavily involved in genealogy. She meets with all types of people all over the world just to learn more about our ancestors. And we have the same dad, just different moms, so it makes it even cooler to just know more about our dad. So as I was doing my research about a plantation that I want to visit in Louisiana, it's called the Whitney Plantation. I really want to go one day because this museum is dedicated for slaves. It's through their eyes, and I think it is really good to go to experience, to take your children to, whether you're white, black, Indian, Asian, whatever you are. I think it's so important because history is starting to get erased, and I think it's so important that we know what transpired back then, because maybe it will no longer be a racial divide. I mean, that's easier said than done because of all the things happening in the world, but all we can do is just spread love and positivity, and I think as long as we do that, we have something, right? So as I was on my search of doing that, my sister said, hey, you know that our ancestors were actually slaves in Maryland. And I'm like, you know what? Looking on Ancestry, it shows you where your people migrated a little bit. And as research keeps going on and on, we'll be able to really know and kind of have an estimated pinpoint of where they are. So she said, yeah, you know, some of our dad's family was from Maryland. Like my dad, I believe he was born in PA somewhere. It's kind of weird because over the years, you know, your family has migrated all over in different directions, of course, because it's not like how it is now. We have different, you know, cities and stuff. So there's actually a plantation that's here in Towson. It's called the Hampton House, but originally it was called the Riley House or something like that. And I didn't know that my ancestors were slaves here in Maryland. Like, honestly, even though Maryland is considered a southern state, I really don't look at it as a southern state as like having slaves, because you really don't hear too much about it. You just hear more so like deeper down in South. So she said, hey, you might want to check that out because our ancestors are from there. And as I'm reading the articles and stuff that she sends me, and I'm just like, this is weird, this is crazy. Like, who would have thought that my ancestors actually were here in Maryland? Mind you, I'm not born in Maryland. I was born in PA. So it's so crazy to just think that I used to live in Towson, Maryland. And it's so crazy to think that, wow, my ancestors like were freaking slaves here. And it goes to show you, it's like, dang, you know, the things that they built. And it's just really fascinating to even know that this exists. I do want to go and visit it because it is a museum and you can actually go. It's like a national park treasure that you can go and visit. So I do want to visit it. You know, I'm really excited about that. I think it's super cool. I think people downplay Ancestry and like 23andMe, but if you look at the pros more versus the cons, I think it's fascinating because you get to find out all this cool information. And if it wasn't for my sister, I wouldn't have known this info, even though my Ancestry says, hey, this is where your people migrated from. And it just goes to show you like the importance of knowing your background. And it's not even to like create any racial divide. It's just learning more about you and just teaching your children. Like I had a conversation with my son because he's not really, and he doesn't really care for school, and had to break it down to him. Like, my dad never finished high school. My dad was an older man. He had me in his like 50s, and he had to drop out of high school to take care of his mom. So back then versus now, it's like education is not really valued like how it was. And I want my son to know, like, I don't care that if you don't go to college. I'm not pressed about college, but you will get this high school diploma and stuff like that. And I think it's so important that you actually utilize what is given, because our ancestors didn't get to read, they didn't get to write. And look at all the stuff that we have to deal in this world now with just being a black woman or black man, or, you know, a white person, like, or Indian, or look at the people, the Muslims in New Zealand. Look at the world and see what the fuck is happening. Like, we're in a different time frame of reliving what we went through. And if society keeps trying to erase and, you know, tiptoe around what has happened and transpired in the past, it's like we're never going to evolve as a world. I mean, we're on the brink of a financial crisis if people don't know this. Like, the world is going to be financially in a major ass crisis as we continue, because automation is real. And it's like, we're not appreciating things that, you know, we grew up on. And yes, technology is great, it's amazing, but it's taking people out of the workforce. And that's why I just wanted to share that with you guys, do a quick story time of how I found out I actually have ancestors that were slaves here in Maryland, and just the importance of let's taking back love and positivity and spreading it, and let's thinking about the future, because our future is at stake. This generation is like the dying breed. Like, so many people are dying, losing their lives over what? You know? And it's just like, maybe if the world wouldn't tiptoe over shit, we'd be fine.